In the second half of our lesson on section 2.3, solving multiple equations, we're going to consider what do we do when we have decimals in our equation. Just like when we had fractions in our equation, we're going to try to first eliminate the decimals by multiplying by a common denominator. The common denominator between tenths and hundredths is 100. So my LCD is 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply each side of the equation by 100. So here we go. 100 times 0.5a plus 100 times 8.75 equals 100 times 13.25. It's important to multiply it by each part of the equation. The purpose of multiplying by 100 is now we eliminate the decimals. 100 times 0.5 is 50a. 100 times 8.75 is 875. And 100 times 13.25 is 1,325. Now the problem is very simple to solve. To eliminate and isolate the 50a, we're going to subtract 875 from both sides. When we subtract 875 from both sides, that leaves us with 50a equals, well, 5 minus 5 is a 0. 25, we're going to have to borrow from there. 12 minus 7 is a 5. And 12 minus 8 is 4. Just trying to show we can do these problems without a calculator. Now as we continue, we're going to divide both sides by 50. In this case, our answer is very simple. A equals 9. Let's check this and see if it works. 0.5 plus 8.75 equals 13.25. Notice I replaced my variable with the parentheses, and now we're going to input it into the problem. 9 times 5 is 45, with one decimal is 4.5. Plus 8.75 equals 13.25. Let's check over here on the side. Let's see if that's correct. Adding these up. 5, 2, carry the 1, 13.25. And sure enough it is. We can circle our answer and the problem is completed. So in this case, between tenths, hundredths, and hundredths, our LCD was 100. And so that's what we multiplied by 100. Let's look at problem 4. As we examine problem 4, we have to consider what is our LCD between tenths, 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 and tenths. Well, I think it would be pretty obvious the LCD is 10. So let's multiply everything by 10. 10 times 1.2x minus 10 times 3.6 plus 10 times 0.3x equals 10 times 2.4. When we multiply by 10, as you probably know, the decimal moves over in one position. That becomes 12x minus 36 plus 3x equals 24. Now we need to combine our like terms, which I'm going to underline. 12x and 3x makes 15x minus 36 equals 24. Now we want to isolate the 15x, and so we're going to add 36 to both sides. That leaves us with 15x equals 60. Now we need to isolate the x by getting rid of the 15, so we divide both sides by 15. So my answer is x equals 4. Let's check this. 1.2 minus 3.6 plus 0.3 times parentheses equals 2.4. And we're going to input the value 4 into our parentheses. 12 times 4 is 48 with one decimal, minus 3.6. 12 is the result of 3 times 4, and so that has one decimal, plus equals 2.4. Now we subtract. 4.8 minus 3.6 is 1.2, plus 1.2 equals 2.4, and sure enough, it checks, so we can circle our answer. So here we have our second example, once again, where we're trying to figure out what the LCD is, and so eliminate the fraction. Now, as you work through your homework problems tonight, Also remember that part of our homework tonight is working on the practice quiz. And our practice quiz is found in our main notebook, and that is just following this lesson as we're going to then prepare to go on towards our quiz that is not on Friday this week, but our quiz is on Wednesday this week. So your practice quiz that you're working on is the practice quiz 2.1 through 2.3b. It's a green sheet in your notebook. So our homework tonight, the second half of the section and the practice quiz.